Okay, so here we are. The next step in the window glazing process is putting the glazing on the window, the new glazing. And I want to start by saying that you should not listen to a single thing that I say, because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm only following the advice I got from my dad over the telephone. So take that for what it's worth. So we have here Ace brand window glazing. This is not water soluble. You can only clean it up with mineral spirits. So it's kind of messy. And it smells sort of funky in that nice chemical, I'm going to get high kind of way. And then the critical part is that you have to take a clump of it. Normally it's kind of grainy like that. At least this is. It's the only can I've ever touched, so what do I know is normal. And you gotta work it in your hand until it's hot. It likes to be hot, just like me. So it likes summertime, just like me. You do that for a little while. If it's still kind of grainy, you just take a little tiny bit of mineral spirits. A little bit. If you take too much, it turns it into a mushy mess. And you pour a tiny little drop in your hand, and you work it a little bit more until it's the consistency of cookie dough. That's exactly what my dad said, cookie dough. I bake a lot, so I know about cookie dough. It was a good analogy for him to make. He knew I'd understand that. So this is pretty much ready, and I've left my putty knife over by the camera. Got my knife. Now, I'm going to put it in this area here. And in order to do that, you take a little chunk on your knife and you're going to smudge it in there. This is kind of a bad angle because I'm right at the edge. So, smudging it. Don't worry if it looks good. This is not the final step. And you want to really get it in there good. And this is a really tricky angle. I'm doing a bad job here. I'm worried too much about talking and less about working. So let me just get this in here. Dropping it all over the place. Alright, so the next and most critical step is the smoothing out. For this, you take your mineral spirits again, take your rag, get the rag wet with mineral spirits. Not like soaking wet or anything, just slightly damp. And you take your putty knife and you cover it with the mineral spirits. It's the key. And then, with the proper angle and the proper force, you start up at the top and you run your putty knife. Nice voice there, Jen. You run your putty knife smooth and even all the way down. That's nice. Then the next step is, without gouging into that newly laid putty, you got to get off this extra stuff. This is usually where I make mistakes, and I kind of gouge into the putty. I'm way out of the camera. But I am getting better at it. Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful, you have no idea. Compared to the first ones I did over there, I could get a job doing this now. Hey, maybe that's what I can do. So, pretty much, the key is practice. Well, first some knowledge. You got to know how to do it. So ask somebody. And then practice. And luckily, with these kind of windows, there's all sorts of practice. I could be practicing from now until the fall. I'll be really good at it. So if you need some windows glazed, give me a ring.